Hey everybody, I'm Batman. Not really. Alright, there he is. Where is Schumacher? Schumacher doesn't come to the stream anymore. This is a very bad sign. Alright, what's up? Hey, some prism. Hey. Alright. 5+5. Short Blitz stream today. Okay, 5+5. There he is. School finished here today. Sun Prism. How about you? 5+5. Will he survive? Question was really whether I would be able to wake up this morning during another night of like really having serious. I had very serious. What is it when you can't sleep again? Oh man, come on with the Brossolimo. Oh no, you fell into the trap. Trappy trap. You finished school yesterday, okay. School ended here today. Alright. Yeah, this is a trappy trap, but it's not that bad for white. What's up, Discombobulator? Finish school for this year or forever? That's the question. Alright. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do now. We had this game last week. Same variation. Oh yeah. Duh. Surprisingly, this has occurred in some games, and it's not that bad for white. I walked into this unprepared with white once and figured, oh my god, I like totally screwed up, but it's not that bad. It's probably equal. Queen A5 is really weird, right? I'm like, okay, anti Queen A5 in general. Secondary school. Oof. Tertiary school begins soon. Bishop D5. I wondered about that move. You're the first person to actually play it. Well, I think you take it. You know, I think it's simple. It's simple as that. We're taking it. Thanks for the bishop. I was getting your bishop anyway. But now, you know, this is the important thing. What's happening about your central pawn, bro? Unpinning. The Pinterest. Whatever happened to Pinterest? D6. Ooh, D6 is an idea. It is an idea. I was planning on bishop b7, but then I realized I like this better. Shoot, you have that. Shoot, you have that. Shoot, Bandicoot. Careful. Careful. Discoveries. Yeah. Man, I'm playing like a lot of 3-2 against noobs when I'm like tired and I don't feel like playing serious games. And dude, it's just so shocking how weird people play. Online chess has changed everything. You know, it used to be like you could really kind of peg people about how good they were, but now it's like totally random. I get people who play like 30 moves like a genius, and then they're like losing the king and pawn endgame. I mean, it's just so inconsistent. Online chess has made chess really random as far as like trying to like objectively judge like the skill of an opponent. Like I have no idea anymore. It's like people are just amazingly inconsistent. Congratulations on finishing secondary school. Wow. You're older than I thought. So we probably had this discussion before, but my dementia flares up sometimes, and I can't remember anything about anybody. Right. So 94. Frankly, I didn't really like my queen on a5 anyway. So we're gonna bring it or place it somewhere more useful. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it on, man. Bring it on. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like changing my plan every move. Needless to say, I don't think this is great for white. It's a blitz game. What are you gonna do? I can't expect like everyone to be like an IM. Which way do I want to do this now? Kind of wish I had played queen b6 at this point. His position's pretty ugly. Do I want to keep the bishop or keep the knight? If I keep the knight, it has to sit on f5. Bishop seems like a better piece, honestly. Yeah, you got to be flexible. Fluent. Oh. Queen e2. Played with confidence. Yeah. E5. It's a weird move. I don't want to do that. G6, knight f6 check. Some things about this position bothering me a little. I can't be freaking wasting my time here. Damn it. Queen b7 loses a queen. That's good. So what if I just let you play knight f6 check? And my king's stuck in the center. And plus you've got like bishop f4. I can deal with that, but yeah. It's not good. I need to make a decision here. Totally random move. Our opponent has no problem making decisions. He in fact likes making decisions quickly. He doesn't stress about it at all. Kid, what do you study? What do you study? Discombobulation. Reticulated giraffes. Oh. Eventually, the cows are going to come home to roost in this position. I'm not afraid to pull the trigger on queenside castling, but I'm not going to do it until I'm good and ready, you know, good and plenty. The movie Candy. I was trying to remember that the other day. I remember the days when people used to eat candy at movies. Um. Mm-hmm. Queen D7. F4. G6. Queen D7. This is awkward. I'm holding out hope. Good. How do you guys feel about Germany versus England as a football match? Not so friendly anymore. All right. Just keep economics. The bane of my existence. I tried to study economics for 3 years, and I realized I didn't really like it. What's up, Asterbait? Well, the problem with economics was I liked economics, but I didn't like math. And unfortunately, it was a kind of integral part of economics that caused me to not do very well. I liked statistics, but I didn't like theoretical sort of math. So it was rip economics. All right. This was a weird game. Asterbait made it to a Friday stream. Normally you never make our Friday streams, do you, Asterbait? It's just a short one today. What do I take? Oh my god. Cartman. Oh my god, man. Traded queens. Interesting. Yes. Is C4 good in this structure? Some prison plays the French. Mm. 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 Dude. The combobulator. Bijak, you made it. Oh my god, you're still alive. We thought you went to like Greece or something. Wow. You went to Greece and experienced 40-degree heat. Chess related stuff to do. I like stuff too. Personal fan is he still alive? Does he hate me? Did he quit chess? These questions and more. When is this hot? Oh, it's hotter. Yeah, it's hotter even in Serbia than here, I'm sure. I mean, unless, well, actually, you know, you're landlocked as well, right? What are you doing there? Aha! I see. Oh no. What are you doing there? Okay, okay. Ooh. Perfect. Stubborn Defense Award. So how do I make progress? It's starting to kind of piss me off, man. Wow. Technical endings. It's just like there's this like stupid car on my street since yesterday that like every time a loud motorcycle goes by, its alarm goes off. There are these idiots with motorcycles. I don't know what they're doing. It's not like a touristic district here. -45 Celsius. Come on, bro. You're not in India. 45 Celsius. I don't know, man, but I admire your courage. Sure, 37 today, not on the sun. Man, dude, it's like it's 28 here. I can't believe that. It's so vastly hotter there. Let me check the map. Hold on. I'm checking the map now. Okay, southern Hungary. It looks like southeast Hungary is really bad. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's this like red extreme heat. It's very weird. It's like right through the southern southeastern part of Hungary into the Serbian border, and then straight through the middle of Serbia all the way down to Macedonia. It's like red, red, red. On either side, it's like mountains or whatever. So mountains or coast. Yeah, so it's true. It's possible. It's possible. It's very. You're in the heat zone. You're in the very high temperature heat zone. Whereas to the east and the west, it's like not so bad. And here in Budapest, we're only in orange. We're not in the southern Hungary's in the red zone, like you guys. So yeah, you're like not that far away, and it's literally like 10 degrees hotter. Orange County. We're safely in orange zone here from Kecskemét, which is middle southern Hungary. The red zone starts and it goes down to Bijak. Yeah, yesterday was hot, but it wasn't like devastating here. There it must be really devastating. Okay, I'm starting now. Are you there, man? Yeah, we can check out Germany. I bet it's nice and cool in Germany. God, I hate the Kraken. Let's try. Oof. I even had trouble like beating like total noobs in the Kraken. Unless I played the Panaf, which is boring now. I haven't played it too much. Okay. The advanced variation. I had some really shaky games yesterday. I tried playing advanced variation for the first time, really. I had never played it. Knight f6 drives me crazy. This isn't as bad. I had this brutal game where this guy played this line. He played the this sort of risky e6, then took my pawn on d4. That's not good. No, knight d7 is more sensible, I think. e6 is really provocative here for black. What am I thinking about? Over easy. I don't really like pushing the pawn to h5. I agree. I agree that pawn is more of a annoyance than a positive thing. The theory of this is like, I'm in the starting point for most 5-year-olds. Theoretical knowledge here. I was studying the Kraken in the 80s. But from the black side, and I never could really make it work for me. Terrible. I have a terrible record with this opening. You know, interestingly, what I don't know, really, is why I didn't try playing like bishop f5. I studied it. And then I started doing because Karpov did knight d7. It was the 80s. And I started playing the knight d7 variations, which are like the worst. And the hardest to play by far. I don't know why I had to do that. That was dumb. A lot of dumb things I've done in my life. Because I had bad guidance. Make sure you have a good guidance counselor at uni. To help you decide like what you should study and stuff, because I was like totally opening choices and scholastic choices of study. I really had like very bad guidance, and I wish I had better. Blame it on the guidance counselor. So I'm your chess guidance counselor. Bishop e7. Okay, I'll just play king b1. That's the stereotyped move. This is like the beginning of theory for 7-year-olds. I have a good score against Schumacher in these type of lines, though. I mean, honestly, white has a space advantage, and, you know, it's easier to play white here, I think, in general. Alright, so queen a5. This is sometimes we go here. Where are you gonna castle, dude? Dude. Well, okay. 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 He's gonna try knight d5. Knight d5 with one move threat. Oh, by the way, I was just thinking, Deanna Troy of chess. I love you, man. I love you. That's great. Who comes up with that? That's so funny, dude. Star Trek: The Next Generation reference. It's been a while. You know, there's never been a Deanna. I don't know if there's ever been a Deanna Troy. You're dating yourself. Okay, castles. I love The Next Generation. Yeah, castles. Deanna was hot. Tight-fitting bodysuit. Are you distracting me now? Knight f5. That sucks. So he waits to castle until I'm distracted. Okay, like, women in Star Trek were always hot. I mean, it was tradition. But again, I'm just totally getting distracted. What am I supposed to do? You wait to castle till, like, my rook is not on the H file. That's logical. But now, what do I do? That's what I'm asking you. All I'm asking is to know what the heck I do. It's not that much to ask. As my time runs out. Does this hang a piece? I don't even know. I'm like making a move that I don't even know what it does. Like, what does queen e2 do? I'm sitting there, and Sun Prism would have played 10 moves already in this position by the time I figured out to play one useless move. But I mean, seriously, like, what the heck am I supposed to do? Like, there's no plan. There's no obvious plan. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I need an obvious plan, please. There? I'm just running out of time. The point was to attack the guy on the king side. I played h4. This is annoying. Damn it. I'm just going to lose on time. I refuse to play a move without some freaking reason, you know? Stupid. I can't make a move. Knight e5 doesn't really do anything. And you know, c4 weakens my king position. I don't know. c4 is a move I would make if he would castle queenside, you know, but here? Yeah, I don't think so. I have literally no idea what I'm doing. Deanna, I love your hair. Yeah, I'm being weird. Sorry. Now c4, huh? Doesn't work still. Random trade of queens. This is not really a conventional way of playing with white, but I'm down to like 30 seconds. And I feel comfortable with the queen trade. I feel more comfortable. If the queen's off the board, nothing stupid happens. This is typical. I don't know. I cannot play the white side of the Kraken, except for the only variation I know how to play is the Panov. And other than that, you know, I've experimented with other stuff. I mean, like, in the few Karakans that I've had with white, I think the one time I tried to play the main line, I lost to Robert Sulman, who was like an FM from New York State. Like, I probably played like 10 Karakans with white. And the one time I tried to open main line, I lost. Okay, that was very, very long ago, and I was a noob anyway. Now c4. Yeah, this is great. I love this position. Rook is oddly placed. I don't have any threats here. But Schumacher reminds me of he reminds me of what does he remind me of? The I would always like criticize him for how fast he plays, but after playing tons of these noobs in like Blitz casual on my phone, I realize it's like it's not just him, it's like everyone does that, where they just play super fast. I mean, some presume you do the same thing. It's like they just don't know any better, you know. Like, but I mean, with Schumacher, it's like okay. I played like 53+2 games last night while I couldn't sleep, and now it's like I can't even make enough moves to 5+5. Yeah, that's a bad sign if he's thinking. See what happens when you start thinking? As soon as you start thinking, it's game over, man. Don't think, you know. I mean, he's a poster child for like Willie Hendricks or whatever. My rook is trapped. Is your rook trapped? Yes. Would you like another? Yes. Oh my god. Get rook. Oh my god. What my phone? Why does my computer screen have to freeze, dude? It's so annoying. Oh no. I'm definitely gonna get forked by something here. Central. It's the time control's fine, but it's like it's not enough for commentary, you know? That's the problem. That's why I need a backup commentator. Just get my rook out of there. He had rook d4 earlier instead of knight g4. I thought that was a pretty good move. Oh no. My rook is feeling slightly uncomfortable. Like when you got your shirt collar is too tight. Staying away from forks. Stay away from forks. Oh no. I would be surprised if I wasn't like losing at some point in this game. You know? I had like no idea what I was doing the whole game. Did c6 work there? Oof, yeah, I was losing at some point. At a long point. I was losing between move 15 from the moment where I didn't know what to do when I played rook d3 until I reemerged with the fork on knight c6. I was subterranean. Although it was never like lost, totally lost, but what the hell am I supposed to play here, you know? It's funny how there's like no move. h5, okay. That's apparently sacrificing a pawn. Knight f1, of course. Let's check this position out. I'm like, I have more space. My king is in a normal position. My pieces are developed, and the computer says I'm slightly worse. Fuck, you know? I'm slightly worse. Really? Worse? Why? I couldn't find a move, dude. Some person's like, I would have blitzed out c4. Yeah, that's a move, but it's risky. And here, just trades pieces. So I've got nothing out of the opening, of course. Where did we leave book? I don't understand. Oh, it's acerbate as white. Yeah, I mean, this is draw city, man. So your queen a5 has only been played twice. By two good players. No, three good players. I guess rook he1 is bad. This is a novelty. Yeah, I mean, centralizing your rook, what's a stupid idea. Yeah, I could have played knight f5, but I didn't like the fork at the end. And this ends up being alright. Alright, anyway, guys. I just don't know what to do in the Krakow. Aiming for g4. Yeah, well, that's nice. It's easy to play g4, but how do you do it, you know? Of course, aiming for g4. But that's why rook rook he1 isn't good. I understand. I'm waiting for him to castle kingside so I can play like g4, g5, of course. But, you know, anytime you like move your knight, it gets like traded off and everything gets simplified. Knight f1. It's interesting here, actually. All right. Yeah, that's the right idea, Chess Riddle. If you Well, especially if he's planning on castling kingside. Okay, guys, short stream today. I just have till till the hour. Then Simul Sunday. Hey, nice hair and beard. Hey, your son told me you look like a homeless. I didn't shave last week, which has been like really regular for me lately. Future interests. That's a very specific name. 9,000 bullet games. Well, at least he didn't create the account this week. My score 0-1. Whoa, what's that about? I love it when I lose my first game against people. Let's see if this was like a freaking. It was a simul game. Did White play like a perfect game? Pretty good. He's playing like someone on sound. I don't know. This was a long time ago. Wow, this is 5 years ago you played this game. Wow. Lichess is 14 years old, but I mean, I've only been on since like 2016. Only sharing this gold because your efforts with me yesterday. Golden knowledge, the G4. But I mean, there's 3 games there by GMs. Haratonov, Kashishvili, and one other, and nobody played Rook H-E1. Because, yeah, they don't want to put their rook on E1 when they could keep it on H1 and hope it goes to G1 later. But there's no guarantee Black's going to castle kingside either. Who is Impure King? By the way? Axerbate, what's up, man? We reached the World Senior Training goal. World Senior Teams goal. 2000. Space Odyssey. I've had so many interesting games lately. I love playing E4. After knight on BD7, it's queen E2. Hi, Bill. It's Adam from Newton. Oh, shit. Wow, what's up? Adam, who I played in Harvard Square? Yeah. Adam, who I played in Harvard Square and at Boylston? If this is... Wait, we had a tournament game once, didn't we? We played OTB at the U.S. Amateur Team Championship. And I think it was a draw. If I remember correctly. Yeah, how are you? Good to see you. All right. Yeah, this is a player who I knew from Boston. Turns out that's cool. Next time I see Olga, I'll tell her hello. Okay, well, she's still there. Yeah, man, it seems like a lifetime ago. We were young. What am I playing here? No, Adam was a good player. He could have been a contender. like me, right? We can't all be like world famous chess professionals. All right. Yeah, say hi to Olga. She's doing all right. All right. Um, I'm honestly like I'm new to playing this opening, and what did I do? I did d4. Normally, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't play this position. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making this up. Well, Black's playing kind of like solid passive Steinitz style. Keresh says, "I hope you're doing great." Oh, which do you prefer and why? Play opening theory and go after the advantage and memorize lines, or play a system like the Ready and focus on other stuff? Well, I mean, honestly, the Ready is theoretical too. I mean, I'm not like huge into opening theory like some masters. I like to play sidelines a lot of times and kind of be a little outside the mainstream. I love opening theory, but I don't like to follow trends, and I do prefer to stay out of mainline territory for the most part. All right. I've always tried to avoid other people's like strong, strengths if I can. I've been playing a huge amount of Blitz games with E4, and truth is that E4 isn't like second nature to me because I played less games with E4 than other openings. Okay, Blitz is a different thing. I mean, I played a lot of Blitz games with everything. Adam's playing really. He's a good Blitz player. We played back in the day. He's dangerous. I don't know how in practice he is because you can get out of practice and then you're not as good as you were. But when I was pretty strong already, he was very very competent, close to master strength, around master strength. I mean, I don't know what his maximum rating was, but I mean, he was definitely he was definitely close to 2200. I mean, if he just didn't play tournaments much, and if he had been more into playing over the board, he would have been a master. But he wasn't that active, just Blitz. Do you know what happened to Frank? You mean like Frank Sisto? Oddly, there weren't that many Franks. I think like Frank is a really common name. No, I actually, yeah. Let's think. Like who was friends with Frank Sisto? Yeah, you'd have to ask like Dave Vigorito or something. I don't talk to people much. I'm really out of touch with everyone. Even my good friends, like David Vigorito, we're friends, but I don't never talk to him. Uh, Frank was friends with Dave. I was never close to Frank. We just played on the team championship, U.S. Amateur Team Championship team once, and what was the deal with him? I mean, he became master level in chess too. He was kind of a funny guy. But again, Dave was much closer to him than me. I'm too I just can't maintain friendships when I'm living in another continent. It's so weird. I've been here forever. I got stuck here in Hungary, and that wasn't the plan, you know. But anyway, it happens. Stuff happens that you didn't plan. Anyway, I haven't been back to the States in 5 years. I haven't been to Massachusetts since before COVID. The last time I was in Harvard Square was 5 years ago, and there were still some guys there, like Master Cliff, Raul, and Alex Keys were all there. It was funny. Alex Keys and especially Master Cliff looked really bad. Cliff looked like he had fallen off a wagon. But it's just Cliff now. I mean, Alex Keys and Raul looked okay, but I heard this news, by the way, that Eric Godin died. Did you hear about that? He was a fixture in Boston chess. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, it was unexpected. He must have been like early 60s. I mean, but that's all I know. It must have been something recent, you know. I mean, because I would have seen something about it. He was a fixture at the Boylston Chess Club and an iconic kind of figure in my development as a chess player in Boston. Yeah, but anyway, like he was fine when I saw him like 10 years ago, and I was shocked by that news. I was talking to Eddie. I don't know if you know Eddie Chisholm. If you knew Eddie Chisholm, Adam, probably, right? You probably played him. He was around the same rating as you. And he used to play at the Boylston. Okay, he used to play at the Boylston. He took a long break, but he would rarely play in Harvard Square though. Anyway, Eddie told me that Eric died, and he was kind of, you know, all of us are shocked because Eric was such a you know, like he was like bossy and sometimes kind of mean, but he was like really he was a really interesting personality, you know. And he was always pretty good with me. He sometimes was a jerk, but mostly I liked him. Anyway, that was the only good news from Harvard Square that I've heard lately. Not so good news. But it's good to see you, man. I'm glad that you told me who you are. Most people like remain anonymous, and I hate that. You know, if you know Eddie actually like stayed anonymous playing on my stream for like 2 years, like trying to troll me. Eddie's kind of a troll. He's like an Uber driver now. That's what happens to most BU grads. We never use our degree for anything. We become like chess coaches or Uber drivers. All right. So I'm a little bit better. We've got this like bad bishop, but it's a draw. It's a draw unless you're playing Magnus Carlsen, and then it's like not a draw. All right. Yeah, good game, man. Thank you. I'm a very little bit better here, but I'm low on time, and I felt kind of tortured there. So okay, yeah, good game. Correct. I was much better at one point. There was something we missed here. Just d5. Oh. Wow. Okay, I had just d5. It's morning for me. I don't play that well. I should have seen d5. That's pretty dumb. How did that happen? Oh, you went knight b6. Okay, this is just a blunder. Anyway, thanks for the game. I'm not that fast. That was cool to see Adam though. He's tough. He was tough. He used actually. I remember he used to play the Benoni. He used to play the Benoni. He was pretty good at the Benoni. All right, Impure King. I suck at this game, and Dog Lover. Dog Lover, wrong time control. I'm doing 5+5. You know, so I can talk about the games a little bit. That was an uneventful game against Adam. I I was kind of reminiscing there. It's rare that I get someone from real life in my games, and it's cool that he mentioned that who he was. Thank you. Please, if you know me like from the real world, please say hi. You know, because we only live once, so you know. Adam just played d6. I haven't faced that much. I don't want to play the Scotch. All right, so we play the Gunsberg variation. This is my favorite Four Knights line. You know, I used to think of the Four Knights as extremely boring, but it's actually kind of cool if you take your time and you kind of think about it a little more deeply. I think the positions are quite interesting. I had a crazy game the other day. My opponent played d4. Oh, Halloween Gambit. Yeah, well, I'm not that crazy. I mean, I try to keep it sound, relatively sound. Yeah, last game I played too routinely. You know, I'm making excuses when I'm focused on playing really well. The last game against Adam was very routine. I missed d5. I mean, come on, we can't miss that. So, wait a minute here. I have to take on e5, but I don't know what I'm thinking about. I guess I had the same position with no knights on f6 and c3, but I guess that was different too. I don't know. I had this one game where black could play queen g5 and take my g-pawn, and I'm like, worse. But I don't remember. I mean, I don't think it was a Gunsberg. I don't think it was a3. And there's a question as to what black should play here. Queen d5 was on an option. Yeah, I had the exact same game several times already. And here, there's this like kind of strategic dilemma that I face. I had a game in the last tournament back in March against this Serbian GM, Pop Misha. I had like a Vienna type position, and like, do you give up the bishop and keep the strong knight on e5, or do you take his light square bishop? They're completely different plans. So I think it's kind of interesting whether which way you're going to play this, you know. But I guess bishop takes. Yeah, I had a game like that yesterday. Bishop takes c6. The e4 pawn is kind of overextended. I'm definitely like thinking that knight takes c7 may be the best objectively. What do I like about bishop takes c6? Bishop takes c6, pawn c6. That was a game where I think I messed up, actually. I saw Anik Sans is playing dice chess, And they've approached me a lot from that site and those kind of sites about like playing those weird gambling dice games and stuff. I didn't think anybody would really like do that, but this is reminding me of dice chess. We should roll the dice as to see like which way you play it. You know, should I take on d7 or play bishop takes c6? You like the ideas of trading it on c6? Trading it all, well, you can't assume he's going to take with the bishop on c6. That's fine. I assume pawn takes. Because his bishop could come emerge like here or something. He should take with the pawn, probably. Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those situations where you can play it either way. And I don't think that one is necessarily better than the other. I have this thing about, like, I like my knight on e5. I also like, and the theme of the Pop Misha game is the chance of an opposite color bishop position happening here. With Pop Misha, I had the dark squares against light squares. He ended up, like, losing because he overpressed. But, I mean, the position was equal. Very similar type of position. Now his e4 pawn is pretty shaky. I mean, what's he going to do after queen e2? What's he going to do? See, I told you he would play pawn takes. Told you so. What am I going to do now? Richard Ropport. Bishop f5, knight c6, queen moves, knight b4. Followed by knight a2. Knight on ba2. Did you ever write that move on your score sheet? Knight on b to a2. Rockford probably gets that a lot. Knight on a2, you know, goes to b4 where it undermines control of d5. That's one of Rockford's favorite plans. No, he's a cool player. He's creative. I don't know how rich he got to be the way he is. Most of the other Hungarian grandmasters are really fucking technical and boring, and Rockport is a really interesting player. And I think I think it's honestly his parents. I mean, I don't know that they're rich, but they had above average like economic resources, and it seemed like Rockport had a lot of coaches from outside, you know, not just the Hungarian standard. So I guess he got a lot of inputs, you know, from different players, and he's really pretty creative. Anyway, so the news is that the Olympiad is in Budapest in August. No, sorry, September. And Leko and Rockport are coming back. It's kind of like a blast from the past. Leko? Wait, who's that? Leko is coming back to play for Hungary. And, you know, everybody's like, can he still play chess? Seriously. Even my Hungarian, like, friends are like, I don't know about, can Leko actually still play chess? You know, besides, like, making draws in the Bundesliga. Dude, I think he can. But anyway, Rockport plays for Hungary again. So the Hungarian team is going to be really strong. They have Rockport, Leko, the Russian guy who moved here, like Sugarov, plus like Burkesh, and like Amashi's crazy and he's not even playing, I guess. But the Hungarian team will be good. Definitely top 10, but maybe even better. The question will be like Leko, really. I mean, can he still play like 2,700 plus chess? He's so solid, you know. Jesus. When Leko was younger, he was actually coached by a Dorian, and he wasn't that solid style. You know, he was way more sharp. Solid happens when you start playing really good players on a regular basis, and you're like, I'm tired of getting this shit beat out of me. Miro, hi. Miro, hey, listening only. Miro BTW, and Nefidov is watching. Just watching, Nefidov. Hi. Welcome back, Miro. Nefidov, are you just watching or listening? No, not really. I'm not just listening. That's there to troll other streamers. Nice to see you back among the living. Guys, unfortunately, I have to teach and in about half an hour, so I've got time for just like 2 more games. Yeah, this is an interesting game, though. I don't know who Impure King is. I think it's a Smurf account. The king is open. Open for business. Those bishops are good. See, this is what I was talking about. Keep the bishop, and it can come back to life later. He could use this. Let's just put it that way. Could have used it better already. So that's why I agree with his decision to take with the pawn on c6. You know, that bishop can be like upgraded. Before stupid. This is stupid. You know what? I gotta connect my pieces, but bishop e3 should have been played. Connect my pieces. I said that. Man, we had amazing appearances today. Hayes Miro came back, and Adam from Harvard Square in the house, like a real life person. Unbelievable, right? That's pretty unbelievable. But Impure King, who are you? Hey, it's fair, you're not an Impure King, right? Could be. I was of the opinion that Impure King is a Smurf. What did I say, guys? Pop Misha ops color bishops and heavy pieces. I predicted this like 8 million moves ago. This is the strategic idea. I'm a tiny bit better in like ops color bishops. No. Now you screwed up there. You should have traded rooks and played rook e8. I'm not giving any draws here. There's the learning chess account. I suspect it might be this guy. He plays, you know, time-wise like that learning chess account. Honestly. Not that strong, not that bad, but fast. And now his bishop's getting better. Getting better every day. Do I really want to play c4? I don't think so. You know what? I changed my mind. Change of heart. I had a change of heart. This is objectively a draw, but I would never agree to a draw. I'm like better, you know. Practically, I'm better. That's the thing. All day long. No grandmaster is like freaking agreeing to a draw here. I can pretty much assure you of that. But who is the Smurf behind this account? I want to know. And they've been very secretive about it. They will not like even speak or anything. 100% Smurf. Oof, they got in C5. It's not really good news. Now black has some counterplay. Whoa. Oh my god. Wow. Another one bites dust, and another one. Boop, 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 boop. 2 pawns. Can I win it? I really want 3 pawns. 3 pawns for $1. This is definitely not me. Well, it's a specialist with they're a specialist. It's probably learning chess. That account. That they got banned or something, and then they I'm gonna have three pawns. Really play A5. The living on the increments and never loses on time. It's a very specific. It's not necessarily learning chess. There were several other people, but this is 100% a player I've played before. The fact that they won't reveal their identity makes me suspicious that there's someone that I like banned or something. Look at this game, man. They played tough, dude. They played tough. Look at my score here. Look at that. Impure king, 4 inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders. Even at the end, the computer thinks I'm not winning? What, are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Wow. 3 pawns up. It thinks it's a draw? Oh my god. Well, you know, we've all heard of these sort of situations where 3 pawns up and an opposite color bishop could be a draw. But I didn't think this one would be. First off, there's still these pawns over here. I thought you should play A5. And that's losing. Wow, that's losing. So this is a win for me. This 2 against none is a win. The pawns are spread far enough apart. If they're 1 square closer, it's a draw, I guess. Or if they're on the side, I don't know. But how is this a draw? That's so weird. You think like the having another pawn would only like increase my winning chances, not like decrease them. It's certainly not like relevant like black's ever gonna win. But I would think like those pawns being on the board, how does if it's a win with those pawns not on the board, How the heck is it a win with the pawn? How is it not a win with the pawns on the board? You know? What the hell is the difference? That's really weird. Anyway, yeah, strange. Really solid play by Black. But I wanted to see this opening. So I had this before. Arthur Kraken versus Adam Frank. Kraken. So there's a real game from 2018. So here's our dilemma that I was talking about with Chess Riddler. I'm totally torn between like taking the bishop and taking the knight. And it was to say one player played bishop takes c6 and one player played knight takes d7. The engine doesn't like knight takes d7 at all. Wow. So the problem with knight d7 is that it like speeds up Black's development. He could take with the queen and then he castles, well, either side really. If I take on c6, I can develop. Wow, it likes Chess Riddler's variation. Take with the bishop. Well, this is definitely playable. But I do think that pawn takes is a little more combative for Black. So the engine thinks your line was best, Chess Riddler. But amazingly, this is like nothing. Justin Tan, I've played this already. It's nothing, but it's 0.2. It's not nothing. It's something, but it's very small. White went on to win this game against 2385. Well, White still has, you know, a very small edge there. But bishop takes, pawn takes is a novelty. And I found the right move, yay me. Because I think I might have played castles queenside just as easily. Queen e2. So he finds what? This is not the best move. So now the computer wants to take. It's a tempo. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like my game against Adam. I had d5. I'm just missing obvious tactics. I mean, he's forced to take with the king, and it's horrible. All right, anyway. We had a challenge. Come back. Come back. No, come back. Hey, Miro, are you still in Alaska? Staying cool from the heat dome? I suck at this game. 05. Alaska's the only safe place from like 40 degrees Celsius heat. Well, not the only one. Crises. So, all right, I'm gonna take this challenge, I guess. Last game for today. Not last game for today. I suck at this game. 05. Oh my god, mosquitoes. Yeah. Mosquitoes, like in Maine, are famous in the summer. They have extra large mosquitoes. I always imagine that Alaska is like similar. Wow, someone played d4. Yeah, Budapest has like year-round mosquitoes. Who I wouldn't do well there. I hate like camping and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I'm one of those people who's like very sensitive. So if I get bit by mosquitoes, like it swells up, like I got bit. I mean, by a larger bee or something. It's extremely itchy. I guess I have some sort of mild allergy to mosquitoes. Whatever you call it, like my body like just gets, and they really like me too. So it's a bad combination. I have to stay away from mosquitoes. last time I was in the States in the summer, I stayed outside around dusk, like talking to my neighbors. Even though I knew there was like mosquitoes, I was like locked in this conversation with this couple that lived next door. So we talked for like a freaking hour, and I knew I was getting bit and stuff, but I just like sucked it up. And I like went home, and I was like, my entire body was covered in mosquito bites. I was like one giant mosquito bite. I don't know. I needed to like drink like a liter of like antihistamine or something. Okay, E4. You are welcome. Hmm. Right. No, water. Yeah. I mean, as soon as it rains here, there are mosquitoes. Bang. And I think like the eggs can just like be there for a while and dormant or whatever. So as soon as we get, yeah, we haven't had much rain this year. So it's been a mild mosquito year here in Budapest. In the past, and it depends when it rains, but yeah, the melt off, I imagine there. Grizzly bears love getting bit by mosquitoes. Um, I just put bishops on the long diagonals and take things. Destiny of Power. Wow. Destiny of Power. Ukraine. Go Ukraine. Oh, we got a challenge. Mule Skinner. Mule Skinner, you're always late. And where were you yesterday? You must have a late lunch break at work. There are certain species of mosquito here that survive the winter. Yeah, I mean, we had this like poker game, and there was this place where there was some standing water in the back of the building all year round. And the room I called it the mosquito room. It was just ridiculous. It was like February. I mean, I was literally getting bit by mosquitoes in February. Yeah, I mean it's pretty mild here in the winter, so I guess the eggs or whatever they just survive and wait. But yeah, the mosquitoes we call it. So in Hungarian, like a gymnasium or a big room is like a larger room is a terem. So I called it the sunyog terem, which is like the mosquito hall, or it's like a hall, you know, in school. The lecture hall in a college would be terem. So it's mosquito hall. Everybody liked that. Um, Emil Skinner, I don't think I'm going to be able to play unless my lesson is canceled. That's funny. Well, they have jokes like that in Maine. Like I've never spent much time in Maine, but it's closer to me than Alaska, and I think yeah, that's a standing joke in Maine. What is it with these guys? Mule Skinner is I'm always late. Nefidov is always late. You know, for a guy who's really like neat and orderly, Nefidov is always late. It's a weird combo, you know. Maine is closer to a lot of things. Alaska. Well, I mean, it's like the Alaska of the East Coast. I mean, it's the closest we've got to an East Coast Alaska. I lived my whole life on the East Coast, so I mean, there's certain similarities. Cold, lots of trees, bears, you know, mosquitoes. I thought about buying a place in Maine because real estate prices didn't go through the roof there, but it could be very isolating. And I really felt reticent about buying a place in a place where I've never really lived. So that idea went out the window. Maine is one of the only states that's like still semi-affordable, at least in terms of like real estate. Isn't Alaska pretty expensive? Like one of the most expensive states to live in? Yeah, right. That's weird that Alaska is the closest to Africa, tip to tip or something. I have trouble with like understanding the alignment of Europe and like North America. In my mind, like Budapest is somehow on the line with like New York or something, but it's not. I don't know if Mr. Coffee. Where's Mr. Coffee? He went to Nebraska. Well, no, yeah. I mean, it's like living on an island. Hawaii must be like the literally most expensive state. Um, but yeah, you're basically on an island essentially because you're so cut off. Have you thought about maybe like Kaliningrad or something? It's not that far. No, Kaliningrad's pretty far. But you're close to Russia in case of like a war or something like that. So that's good. Um, come out with your hands up, comrade. Do I really want to go there? You're definitely in range of North Korean missiles. Not to scare you or anything like that. Um, anyway, there's nothing important in Alaska. Beers are expensive in Denmark, and that's not because of shipping costs. Bro, I was asking Ibadas, Mule Skinner, what do you think about the tunnel? They want to build a tunnel to Germany. What's that about? A Danish tunnel to Germany? uh, it sounds like a controversial plan. Um, this guy is playing. Oh, I missed the move as usual. I'm always missing tactics. I'm half awake. Is it half awake or half asleep? Beers are expensive in Denmark, and that's not because of shipping. It was about maybe the frogs were becoming gay. I think Alex Jones said they delayed the project because of gay frogs or something. I don't know. Frogs. Frogs is so relevant. All right. That was one of those Alex Jones conspiracy theories. Birth control pills. Releasing estrogen in the water is making the frogs gay. You don't know about that? That's huge. Frogs. The frogs know about it. And they're the frogs represented legally. What's the name of that ambulance chaser lawyer woman? Gloria Allred, who represents like every big like plaintiff. If the frogs get like Gloria Allred on their side, dude, it's all over for the government, man. The frogs just really need a good lawyer. It is an interesting conversation, isn't it? You gotta love a conversation like this. I'm kind of. I'm just checking my schedule here. Mule Skinner. What happened to Mule Skinner? Orange Eater rated 1-0. Where's Mule Skinner? I've got time. One last game. All lessons canceled. Oh, I go first. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking some. I'm getting important info coming in now through the teletype. DJT stock going through the floor. Sell now. All right. French defense. Good game, Sunbeam. Uber driver's not here to start like. Yeah, it's a good thing he can't make my morning streams. Talk about his meme stocks. GameStop. I wish I had money to buy stocks or invest something, but until I can sell my apartment, I'm broke. I continue to be broke until this is sold, bro. Oh, interesting game. I looked at a game with Mule Skinner. With Mule Skinner, yeah. With Move 11 this week. I'm not sure I've ever played this against Mule Skinner. This is like alternative classical variation. It sounds like some kind of music. Alternative classical. That's probably a thing. I had a game, Bavaria. Discombobulator. Discombobulator's lunch break is probably over by now, I assume. Yeah, we played in Bavaria. Bavaria 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. I beat this guy in the Munich. No, it was Bad Bessay. Bessay. I don't know how you say that. What was his name? He had some really German name. Otto or Otto. 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 Exchanging pawns is probably not best. You know, a lot of people like always do pawn exchanges. Now that is interesting. But I think you should do it maybe without, you know, not so early. The f6 is definitely interesting. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I mean, oh yeah, you know what it was? We saw a game, it was Velimirovich. Been on this Velimirovich kick because of the other German. What's his name? Mr. Slow in our stream. He's been really sharing a lot of cool Velimirovich games. And he's, you know, Neil Skinner's not messing around with these pawn exchanges here. Why so quick to exchange pawns? Well, anyway, Velimirovich was white in this line against, well, I don't remember, someone pretty good. But check this out. So we saw a game. It was like Velimirovich versus somebody 1980, right? It turns out that the game had been played in 1844, something crazy. Does that sound possible? Am I exaggerating? Maybe it was like 1877. The whole game had already been played. It was Schalop versus Louis Paulson. This exact variation, not this exact position, but this variation. An amazing game by Louis Paulson with black. And you always think of Paulson as like the Sicilian, right? But he was playing the French. And man, the dude, like, he sacked an exchange on f3. It was like the computer move. He destroyed Scala, whatever. Brutal. Scala took with the queen on f3. And 100 years later, or whatever it was, 100 and something years later, fucking Velimirovich like took with the G pawn, and it was much better. It turned out, you know, to answer the exchange sack, Rook takes f3 with the G pawn capture. It was cool. I should have shared it on the subscriber stream last night. Paulson could play. Like, that guy could play. I mean, maybe he wasn't that consistent. But this was like watching a 2200 get demolished by a grandmaster. Literally. I mean, here's an interesting question. I can play king f2, but do I want to, you know? But basically, I think that Mule Skinner, Scallop also played like knight g3 at some point. Well, Velimirovich did too. Well, at one point, like, white starts to like run out of useful moves, trying to get developed. But Mule Skinner's exchanging of pawns. He's making these exchanges too prematurely. So what do I do now? He's got pressure on d4. Do I exchange bishops on b4 on his terms? Or, like, what do I do? I guess. Fine. It's my bad bishop. It's your good bishop. What are you going to do? Take with a knight? Black is drifting toward a worse endgame. Anyway, guys, I gotta go after this. You wanted to play. Oh my god. Another stock pick coming through on the teletext. Boeing, go big or go home? I don't know about that one. All right. Buy Boeing while it's down. I'm just drunk. Morning drunkenness. Stock tips. Bad stock tips and chess. That's a good stream title. You know, if I make my stream title that, I'll probably pick up some stock fans. Stock car racing. What are you doing? No, you can't put your knight on c4. Pleasant advantage for white, though. You want to play rook c8? This is not so easy. Lotso the bear. The problem is, now I have more space, it's a little hard to consolidate it. So now we've got to watch for Lewis Paulson. At any moment, Lewis could rear his ugly head and sack the exchange on f3, although that's more common in the middle of the game. But if his knight is on c6, like, this might be legit. You know how Paulson destroyed Scallop? He actually, like, destroyed him in an endgame. He had, like, a crushing center. He sacked the exchange on f3 and then picked up both of the central pawns, and he was just wrecking white. It was just brutal. So if Mule Skinner was able to play knight c6 and rook takes f3 and take my d4 pawn and then pick off the e5 pawn as well, I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm on the fence about a5. That takes away the a5 square. So you can't go here now, which was one of the things that really annoyed me about knight c6. But now he's threatening rook takes f3, possible exchange sack. I could play king e3. Would you like insurance? I have insurance. Never take insurance. That's what they told me. It applies to travel, buying airline tickets, and blackjack. Yeah, he's got some counterplay. a4. We'll see what happens here. This is an interesting game. And I have a bad feeling about that. Scaring me, bro. So it's all coming down to time. Another game ruined by time. Credit card purchase for airline stuff is free insurance. But don't take the optional insurance. Like when you, what I'm saying is, like, when you get those, like, you know, Priceline, Expedia, they try to sell you, like, extra flight insurance or whatever. Also, like, normal travel insurance is a scam. Total scam. Mega scam. Like, those insurance, those travel insurance, even the more reliable ones, oftentimes you can't fully trust them. All insurance is a scam. I mean, basically insurance is a scam. I mean, so why do people make it sound like it's, like, necessary? You know, like in California, because of wildfires, they're basically, like, not they're not insuring anymore in a lot of regions. Like you can't get home insurance from anyone but like the California government or something in California in certain parts of the state due to wildfires. So like I don't get it. Like okay, um, so insurance is like I always had the impression that like home insurance was like required, but I guess it's only required if like if you have a mortgage or something like that. See, like I had a home, and I thought like I was required to have insurance by the state or something like that. But I guess technically I wasn't. You know, it's a trick. If you own your home and it's not like mortgaged, um, it's not like a car where you're like liable for other people. Okay, if a tree falls on your neighbor, you might be in trouble. Um, but the likelihood of that happening isn't so high, you know. Or if a tree from your yard falls on a neighbor's house, yeah, I mean you might want to have insurance in that case. Um, Tree falls in the forest. I was just thinking, Ian McKellen fell off the stage in the East End in London, and they said like it's not funny, but he's okay. They said like he fell off stage and the stage lights went up, and he was like crying out in pain. If Ian McKellen falls off the stage in the East End or West End or whatever, East End, West End, whatever, you get the point. If Ian McKellen falls off the stage, does he does he make a sound? Yes. Um, if a tree falls on your neighbor, does your neighbor make a sound? That's a good question. Oh no. Oh no. Knight h7 check? Oh my god. What an endgame. Snuggleophagus. Can I win this? Oh no. Scam witches. Ooh. So rook takes failed. Oh no. Now what do I do? Check. Knight f6 is interesting. Takes, takes. You think? And we're making it by at least one tempo. That didn't help. It doesn't hurt, I guess. Space. Go get the B pawn. I'll meet you on the other side. Hey, bad man. Alright, guys. I was wondering if a point is something like king e3 instead of knight h7. Good game, Saji. I save my best for last. I do play better than the more I play. In almost all cases. So you said what? I was wondering if there was a point in something like king e3. Just like waiting. Well, yeah, the point is to like torture your opponent. No, it looks like you got a point. I could walk around the other way now, right? I could walk in over here. That's sick. Christopher Walken. It's like, there's nothing you can do, dude. That's just over. So everything was fine. Wow, everything was fine until I made an inaccuracy with bishop d3, and then you blundered. I knew you had to play a4, dude. You have to play a4. You have to go for this. And take your chances. Because your bad bishop can become a good bishop on this diagonal. You have to. You know, there's no other choice. This is absolutely best. You got to take your moment. You know, I shouldn't have allowed that a4. Although I have to make some kind of concession. If I don't play bishop d3, what do I play? Yeah, a4. But I have to give up the b4 square. You know, I have to make a concession. It was better for me to give up the a4 square than allow the a4 crap. You know, I realized you had it. You played, you know, you defended too passively. You have to take your chance. But, I mean, I think in the opening, objectively, this exchange of pawns, like, is bad. I don't know why exchange pawns so early. I don't see the advantage in exchanging pawns. But maybe it's not so bad. I don't know. Okay, queen b6 is the main move. Then knight f3. And now f6. And this is the Velimirovich game. This is Scallop versus Paulson that I was talking about. But I can't remember if black played bishop e7, when black played bishop e7. Black played bishop e7 at some point. But I think you need to be like careful about releasing the tension, because these pawn exchanges don't necessarily favor black. You know, oftentimes the exchange might favor white, and I think you make them like too automatically. So let's see. f6, knight f3. Yeah, so the main move is bishop b4 check. I don't really like that either. I guess what you did is okay, but I'm just questioning whether it's the best. Queen b6 first. Now, this is also an interesting move. It makes a lot of sense. So queen b6 is controversial. Knight f3. And then, oh, move 11 was saying something about Hare Krishna. Maybe Hare Krishna had a series on this or something. I don't remember. So it's just that, you know, Anand played it. So I didn't realize Anand liked the system back in 2000 or whatever. So knight f3, let's say f6, and then what does Velimirovich play? There's like a3, bishop e7, and this happened at some point. See, this is the game. I don't really like knight g3. It was Velimirovich versus Dejan Antich in 2001. I don't really like knight g3, but what else can you do? The other option is h4. Or no, maybe g3. Or maybe you could play g3 like without even doing a3. I guess I like g3 here. There seems to be like a good score for black, though. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, those are the options. We'll see you guys later. I'm going to be here for Simon on Sunday. So we'll see everybody there. Check out Scallop versus Paulson. 1844. Is that possible? That sounds too long ago. Maybe it was 1877. I can't remember. All right. Anyway, Paulson could play. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.